and welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jet. I'm really happy to have today with me...
Tobias.
Yeah, man, how's it going? All the way from Stockholm.
Both.
Is it south of Stockholm?
Stockholm, fine. It's like I said, I'm from the south, but now I'm in Stockholm, so yes.
Beautiful. And you've treated us today to bring along the OPZ.
I did, yes.
And shall we just... Have you got anything in there? Can we just hit play and just have a listen for 1 second?
You can hit play.
Can I?
Yes.
I've got to crank that up.
Sure. I mean, this unit is filled with experiments. This is one of the experiments. It's like maybe 10 minutes, 10-minute thing. And I thought I wanted to play that instead of the traditional 4 on the floor, kick, techno beat or whatever.
Yeah, that's great. And there's a lot going on there. I've deliberately not looked at like the football results. I don't want to look for match of the day. So I don't really know much about it.
Great.
But I am a massive OP1 fan. This is my own personal OP1 here, filled with filth. Tell me what you think about it and what you love about it. And each bit maybe. Let's start with, you said that sequencing.
Yeah, sure. So this is a sequencer. That's how I'd say. OP1 is a four-track tape recorder with sequencing capabilities. This is a sequencing machine that has some tape functions, some other function, but it's a sequencer. So 16 tracks. And as you see, there's no display, so it's the user interface is based on these buttons and LEDs and everything. So up here you have the tracks. Yeah, and also the steps in the pattern. So it has double functionality.
Oh, so when you were playing it, that's
exactly. You see the progress bar basically.
Cool.
So we can start up here. These are the index buttons. So this is project. Then I can select the project on the black keys. So I have 10 different projects. That's like a song or it's like a collection of patterns. So the project contains 16 patterns. So 10 times 16 is 160 patterns in total that you can store in here. So this is project, this is mixer, where you can mute the tracks and do stuff. This is tempo for setting a BPM and setting the swing and setting the metronome. And this is screen. Now that we haven't connected to a display, which you can do, it just shows the battery meter, or the battery level. Cool. So these are the index.
That's handy.
Yeah, sure.
Coming from the OP1 world, that's a really nice little thing.
What should you mean?
OP1, I can't. It's not a battery indicator, is there?
There is. If you hold if you hold...
I only got him here just to teach me about this.
This? Yeah. You're full power.
I'm full power?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Look at that. And then if you plug it in, you'll also see the battery meter.
Yeah, nice, man.
Cool. So this has been around for some time. Yeah. And it's still our premium product. This is the beast and the beauty.
Life-changing. I did a silly video, not a silly video, I really meant what I said in the video. It's the best money I've ever spent on any instrument.
And we were talking before, thanks for that info. And we were talking about how we approach these differently. So I'm a sequencer guy, you're more a keyboard player. Yeah. And then, so there's a validity to both of these machines. But like for me, the sequencing capabilities of the OP1 is limited. It's fun, but I'd like some more flexibility.
Yeah, 2 monkeys.
Sure, exactly.
A lot of the time I'm playing with 2 monkeys, and they're awesome. Those monkeys help me out. You've got to buy one to know what I'm talking about.
But this is a more complex sequencer, or more competent.
Yeah, so lovely. Well organized as well. I love that.
Yeah, so this is the track selecting button. So here you have kick, snare, percussion, samples, bass, lead, arpeggio, and chord. So those are the 8 audio tracks. Yeah. These 4 ones are the drum group, and this is the synth group. And these are sample-based, and these are synthesis generated. These are the 2 dedicated send effects. So each of the audio tracks share 2 sends. There's a tempo, or sorry, tape effect. So it's not really like you're recording to the 4-track. It's more like a looper in parallel with your sequencer.
Nice.
A main track or master track for transposition. A performance track for adding punch-in effects, kind of like the pocket operators. A module track for a future hardware expansion over here. And then the lights track for DMX control. We could control the studio lights, or we control the club lights. And then the motion for doing photo sequencing and video using Unity. So it's audio and visuals all in one. And also if I lift it up, I'll see maybe the camera catches it.
Yeah, can I lay, what an incredibly, it's so much smaller. I'm sure you're bored of people saying it.
Well,
everyone must be saying the same thing. It's like incredibly small, but then very clear. I smiled was when you were talking about the performance and the graphics on there as well. It's just, everything you do is so thoughtful, and even the material on it is...
I'm not an engineer myself, so I'm also baffled by what we can come up with. I mean, we designed everything.
I love the feel of it. It's like matte, but...
It's pretty nice, actually. I love it.
They have a soul. Everything you make has a soul, more for me. And more, I'm into buying Wurlitzers and old analog synths and piano, really. I'm getting into synths.
Sure.
But these have a soul. So, we've gone through the different bits. You said with the sample bits of the drums, can you swap those samples out? Or
yes. So if I hold pattern here, I see right now that I'm in this project, this pattern. And then if I hold track, I see that, let's say I want to kick track. So now I'm on the 4th bank of samples. So this bank is, so let's see, this bank is consists of different kicks, basically.
That's so good. And you got banks of kicks, banks of snares, banks of hats.
Exactly. So each bank is 24 samples. So it's laid out kind of, or it's actually similar to the OP1 format, where there's an AIF file that is sliced up over the keys. And instead of whole drum kits, we put just kicks and just snares and just percussion or whatever sounds you want to put on there.
Yeah.
So you can definitely replace them by the different stock sounds, or load stuff from your computer that you had in your OP1 or that you have in your computer. So you can
editing, sorry, maybe I'm derailing, but this is so interesting for me, because that idea of, I'm always wanting to choose multiple kicks, multiple snares.
Sure.
That's why I use the computer a lot, so this is a good reason to get me out of it. But when you, like you said, chopping up the waveform, is that where maybe plugging in the screen helps? Or can you do it like listening to it with these things?
Well, you cannot really chop the waveform internally. You have to do that using the OP1,
or choosing the start and end points.
That you can do.
Yes.
Or not really, actually. You can set the. This is the shift key here, or shift button. So when you select the track, you go to the first page of these 4 parameter dials. It may be a bit much now, but just...
Sorry, man. I'm just delving in. Go for it.
So if I press here, you see these LEDs change color.
Yeah.
Then I know that I'm on the 2nd page of the kick track parameters. And if I press again, I see purple and I see yellow, and then go back to white. So there's 4 pages of 4 parameters. So I know, because I've had this for more than 10 minutes, I know that this is the ADSR.
Yeah.
So per step, I can now set the attack, the ADSR.
And I'm excited, and you're telling the truth, because it works out. All your products, it may be at first I was skeptical, like, I can't be bothered to learn the lights.
Exactly.
And you're like, actually, it's just remembering green is that, purple's that.
Yeah.
And you master it. Like any instrument, you master it.
And if you're colorblind, it's, 2 presses gets you to that page.
Yeah.
And whatever. So it's muscle memory, it's visual. However you want to learn it, you can learn it. And if you want a visual feedback as well, you can connect it to a phone or a tablet.
But you really thought about that without the screen, yeah. And I can remember reading this initially, people were hung up about the screen.
Oh, sure, yeah. And of course, I mean, it's coming from the OP1 where the display was such a 10 years ago, it was such a...
Look at the cow!
Exactly. I mean, it's funny, and we've always put a lot of emphasis on the graphics, not to make them too informative, but you know, it should be fun, and still you get some info there. And here's nothing, so it's a new approach.
Yeah.
But still, we are very, for us it's important that you can do everything standalone with the basic sequencing stuff. And if you want to do the lights and the motion, you need a computer or a device.
And so you're big on the sequencing. It seems to have loads of banks of sounds in there, very well organized. But as I've seen some people doing gigs with it, like that lovely guy, Cuckoo, yeah.
Sure.
And he said he did a gig on one.
Yes.
Have you thought about it from a live performance?
Oh, definitely. I love playing live myself. Yesterday I did a show in London together with 2 colleagues.
Cool.
And I was using just this as my main sound source. And but then I also had external control over it. So I had levels and knobs controlling some of the parameters, because it
looks like a USB-C.
Exactly, USB-C to the controller, or in this case to an op lab. Sorry, because I had because we were playing for 3 hours.
Wow!
So I wanted to charge it.
So that might be nice to see that some of the music we got in there. That's a new thing in my mind of watching guys play sequences live. I see the key step. This Arturia thing coming up a lot because people seem to be, as a guy who plays chords and jazzy stuff, I'm like, I don't get it. So maybe a little bit, how does that work? Like when a sequence is going, how can you...
Well, so right now I have this, I can move it down a bit. So I have this pattern going, and I see this is my pattern. And I can instantly, right now I don't know exactly what's on here. I know these are some preset sounds or preset patterns. So I can instantly, within the beat, so I can switch like live. That was actually Cuckoo
No, he did it!
Stuff.
Oh mate, he's...
So Cuckoo has some preset sounds and some preset patterns in here. And so what you can do is you can kind of hot swap within the bar what pattern is playing.
And they all synced.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the pocket operators. Effects. Because that's the magic for me. I can't go out of time on a pocket operator.
Well, that's good.
People are like, oh my God, you're so cool. I don't just push the button.
We make it easy. But in this, we don't wait for the one, for the first beat. You can swap mid beat basically to a new pattern, but it will stay in sync with what you're already playing. So you could still look cool without having to.
I mean, it's really important to me. Yeah.
Awesome.
Really
So we got that covered also. So
little speaker.
Yeah. So if we disconnect
this, let's do it.
Okay. Then you don't get the full. There we go. You don't get the full frequency response.
No, but I've been finding that I mic up this speaker a lot, just for a cool sound.
As the Depeche Mode apparently in their latest album, where they used the one.
Yeah, because people are buying dictaphones. I've bought loads of dictaphones and things like that.
Yeah.
I love that guy Heinbach.
Yeah.
Heinbach.
He's amazing.
Love him. Cool. I'm trying to get into it, man. I'm trying to get into the world.
And me also. I mean, this has just been released, and it's just slowly getting into people's hands right now.
Yes, can we buy one? Are they coming in?
Yeah. We can have a look at Matt here. And
hey, Matt's in the room. Say hi, Matt.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
And apparently you'll have your first delivery next week, right?
Hopefully next week, yeah.
Nice, that's good. And these dials, they've got the little crosses in. Is that to put stuff in and crank it?
Yes. I mean, the first time I saw this, I was like, okay, so what is this?
And they move.
Yeah, they move. And I thought, okay,
so of course they move, but like for some reason, I'm just trying to express, if you can't come to the shop and touch this thing, it's,
that's a key thing with this. You should really, if you don't want to jump on it right away, please come to Andertons, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
and try it out yourself, because that's always my experience when people, when you show it to them for 5 minutes, they get it, instead of looking at it,
Trying to intellectualize it all the time.
Exactly.
Well, does this do this?
Because like I said, the first time I saw it myself, I was very skeptical. How can I even turn these?
Yeah, but that just works the same.
Yeah, it works great. And yes, you can connect like a Lego
Scratching one.
Exactly, Lego technique, whatever it's called. So
Yes,
you can
he's
build
telling the truth. You can often use Lego with teenage engineering products, which
definitely.
is so cool.
Actually, here I saw one of the beta testers. Shout out to Alvaro. He did a stand for his phone using the Lego. So he made a cute stand here. Whatever.
I really want. We should just get Lee to pay for us to go over and I want to go see what it's like.
Come down.
I imagine
please.
it a bit like the Teletubbies.
Yes.
Or just not you being a Teletubby, but the environment being so perfect and serene.
Yeah, it's
Mellow
it's spot
jams
on.
coming out. Just mellow jams. Would you do us the honour of just having a jam on it for a bit?
Sure,
Because like you said, if you fancy it, if this is good to go.
Definitely.
And maybe and even in the midst of it, if you want to say anything about it again, because I often interrupt because I get too excited. I'm
Sure,
sorry.
definitely. I mean, you mentioned Cuckoo before. He did some stuff with his patterns, and he was also playing it, or he was also singing into it while he was playing live on the same unit that was making the audio.
Similar, on the master effects section, you can sing that through that live, and you can sing through the effects.
You can sing.
Live,
Yeah, exactly. So if I pick it up and I hold this, I can speak into here, and that comes on, in the audio channel.
That's what I love.
And it's. I mean, this is ready, but it's no near finished.
You're not finished with it.
No.
Do you feel that you've broken the shackles of the screen?
How do you mean with that?
What I love about this, sorry, so I'm not. What I love about this is that at first I was slow and crappy and I didn't understand it. But like you said, it doesn't move. Like I feel like with the computer, I'm always installing new plugins, new things, and then eventually I procrastinate. With this, there's an element of mastering it. But I'm scared that if it changed, then I've got new things to learn.
Yeah.
But what's beautiful with this, do you see you just expanding what it can do?
Yeah, definitely.
More so than what's going on here?
I mean, we put out updates
seems so
throughout
complete.
the years. It's
Yeah, I've had a new effect in there.
exactly.
It's incredible.
But it's the same functionality. So additional sound engines.
and just in case anyone hadn't seen it,
Sure.
that
Let's do the
that's
comparison.
and I mean, incredible.
Do we get it in the picture?
A bit lower.
Like that?
Yeah.
Some boys.
Teenage. Welcome to Andertons TV.
That's nice.
I chickened out at the beginning. I thought I can't interrupt Tobias. He's so smart and nice
no.
and soothing. I was like,
From Teenage. Welcome to Andertons TV.
I should have the speak to
I know we could communicate just in
Exactly.
just
with synth.
Why are we even talking?
Exactly.
Why am I talking?
So-
Do us the honour, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go to let's start with something else here. I think this is one of the presets I made. So, okay, this could be an intro, and I go to next pattern. And
And what I love to do is I love to escape my videos while music going on, and you guide us out
Oh, all right,
musically.
okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna see if because I've been using this live now, and I've mixed everything up. But
Should we a bit more volume?
yeah, I can.
Oh, yeah.
I can gain it here as well.
Hey, I just want to say a massive thank you, man. Thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you.
and safe
my
travels. I really appreciate it, man.
Thanks, man.
And yeah, all the best teenage engineering. They're making the best stuff in the world at the moment. I mean it. I mean it. Woo! Do your thing, man.
performance track now that I'm in performance mode, and then do more stuff. So that's a way of combining patterns together and just jamming out with the filter and adding some performance effects. So these now control the drum sounds, and these control the synth sounds. So I just like to just press buttons randomly while I'm on this track and kind of see what comes out of it. And for me, it's such a fun thing to work with while I'm playing live. And I like the way that I can control it externally, but like, yeah, I can do everything just using this as well. So the OPZ, I love it, and I hope you will enjoy it too.
Whoa!
Peace.
Oh man! Hit that sequence and then walk out like a G. Yeah.